Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about a book I read this week. The name of the book is Pyjama Profit, The Millennial's Guide to a Sustainable Freelance Career. Now, there are a couple of things I learned from this book that I really want to share with you. Firstly, it really opened my eyes to the benefits of and flexibility of looking at freelance work as a career option. The author of the book is an individual whose name is Varun Maya, and he told us in a lot of detail about his experience freelancing and working on projects that he got online, sitting in Bengaluru for clients around the world in different parts and in different sectors. What's really important about this book, if I had to break it down to you, is the first lesson I learned was that you don't have to be really good to at a particular skill to make some money by freelancing. You just have to be decently good enough to deliver some value to the person that needs that particular job done. He gave a lot of examples of how someone that owns a small cinema in a particular city and they have a budget of just $20, they don't want a world class designer to be working on their poster, but they just want someone who can work for them within that budget. And that may not always be available in the local context because the rates for a graphic designer in North America may be a lot more than the rates for a graphic designer in another part of the world. So that was the first lesson. The second lesson is that as a freelancer, you have three main specific jobs to do. Number one, find your core skill set and the area in which you can add value, communicate your value, and then deliver your value. One way to get freelance jobs is to put up a platform or put up a profile on platforms that have freelance contracts and job opportunities. One of them that the author Varun Maya recommended was Upwork, which was previously Odesk. And he spoke about how he tried to understand what his core skill set was and where he could add value and then create projects related to that. Number three, I would say I really liked his idea and his approach to understanding the value of freelancing from the perspective of the person that hires you. For instance, rather than paying someone for the entire year, that person gets the same amount of value um, by just hiring someone for a specific job. And with the pandemic and the other economic pressures, I feel like in the future, freelancing would be a really viable career option for a lot of people. And eventually, it can actually or possibly match your regular income, which is what happened to the author in this book. Um, I'd say another thing that you want to also understand is don't try to just take up freelance gigs in areas that you think are very profitable. For instance, IT or coding, there are freelance opportunities in design or content writing. So it's really important to explore and understand your niche before you start contributing to the same. And then the final thing I'd like to share is your timeline to become a freelancer. It can be anything from 6 months to a year. So you take about 3 months from that to learn the skill, then 3 to 5 months to start taking on more projects. And then eventually by the end of the year, as you have a portfolio of 10 or 15 projects, you have a steady base from which you can get more freelance projects. So I highly recommend this book. It's something that really helped me understand another possible source of income, no matter what your skill set or background. And it's something I would highly recommend as a reader. Stay tuned for more such updates from the 54 Book Project, where I'm trying to read one book every week for the rest of the year.